idea of renewable energy, right? And sometimes people go, oh, wow, I don't want a huge wind farm, in my backyard. What I'd like to advocate for, though, however, is democracy at every turn. So what I'm doing next and now is with Mark Ruffalo, the green superhero, the Incredible Hulk, and a bunch of renewable energy bankers from California and around the United States, and Professor Mark Jacobson, who you saw in the film, Plan for Renewable Energy, is we've developed something called the Solutions Project. The Solutions Project aims to bring communities together to make group decisions about how to get their communities off of fossil fuels entirely by certain goalposts that you set yourselves. Because look, I know when facing this decision, you're a little bit hypocritical unless you're starting to plan on your own for how do you get out of fossil fuels, right? Because it's akin to saying, all right, well, we're going to shut the lights off in the middle of the hospital, in the middle of the operation. So we have to work just as hard to create renewable energy as we do to fight the gas industry. And what that means is there have to be ways that you can't do this individually. Because rooftop solar, right, you can put solar panels on your roof, you can buy yourself an electric car, but that's really a rich man's solution, right? And it won't work unless it's an everybody solution. And there are everybody solutions. There's such a thing as community solar gardens, where on the highway overpass or in the parking lot of this movie theater, you could have solar panels that would shade your cars, and then people in Harrisburg could buy the power from those solar panels. That's community. It's like a community garden, but it's a community solar garden. So what we'd like to do in the next phase, and if you sign up at the GASLAND website or tonight, we will send you information about how to get involved with Solutions Project. And we would like to make people in our audience and in our community aware, and we have no part in this, we have no financial stake in this at all, aware of the different companies that exist out there and the different possibilities for communities to start to adopt renewable energy. Because the big problem is, when we go to the movies, we come in as an individual a lot of the time and leave as an individual, right? You can't solve the energy problem as an individual. You can't. You have to do what we've done to fight gas drilling, which is bind together with your community. And by the way, there's nothing better that you can do with your time. It's neighbor talking to neighbor. Barack Obama, right, in this film, fought off a lot of corporate interests, a lot of corporate money in the last election. How did he do it? By saying we're going to have neighbor talking to neighbor. In the same way, we're going to educate this president about fracking. And in the same way, we have to, as vigorously as we're fighting the gas industry, adopt the solution and do that as a group. So even if we win that moratorium, which, by the way, an overwhelming majority of Pennsylvanians want, if we restore democracy, we have a lot of work to do to start to transform the world, because that's really the only answer. The only answer is to start to transition off of fossil fuels. So thank you for the question.